So today's question is, can you please explain groupthink? Groupthink is a cognitive bias which occurs when members of a group act as one unit without considering alternatives or researching the situation. It often happens in highly charged, high pressure, or stressful situations where individuals feel like they have to conform to group norms to avoid standing out or drawing attention to themselves. Groupthink, it generally leads to quite ineffective decision making and definitely an overall lack of using critical thinking skills. It can actually be quite dangerous as well because it can lead to incredibly bad decisions with far reaching consequences. I mean, when people feel pressure to conform, they tend to sacrifice their individual independent judgment, don't they? And they simply agree with the opinions of everyone else without giving any thought or consideration to any other options. Of course, this often leads to quite irrational decision making and a lack of accountability for mistakes or miscalculations. Now, in some cases, it can even create an atmosphere of hostility or distrust between members of the group if there is disagreement over the group's decisions. Disagreements are not tolerated uh, because groupthink actively discourages constructive criticism and new ideas from anyone. So it's generally quite toxic. I mean, you can see it in everyday life. For example, peer pressure can lead to groupthink when people give in to the popular opinion or go along with the crowd rather than forming their own opinions. I mean, it runs rampant in schools, doesn't it? Students definitely make students definitely make decisions based on what their friends are doing instead of relying on their own individual judgments. Groupthink, I mean, it becomes an echo chamber, and I suppose that's what makes it so terrifying. I think, I think the Borg are a perfect example of groupthink. What is it the Borg said? We are the Borg. Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own, and you will become one of us. This is a perfect way of describing what groupthink is, don't you think? Whoever thought you'd be using the Borg as a way to describe something?